What is it tonight? Morphine or cocaine?
Well, I can strongly recommend a 7% solution of cocaine. Would you care to try it? My mind rebels at stagnation. Give me problems. Give me work. Give me the most abstruse cryptogram, the most intricate analysis, and I'm in my proper atmosphere.
The matter concerns the great house of Ormstein, hereditary kings of Bohemia.
I was aware of that too, Your Majesty.
There is the writing.
Poo-poo forgery.
My private writing paper.
Stolen.
My own seal.
Imitated.
My photograph.
Bought.
We were both in that photograph.
From what I have seen of the lady, yes, indeed, she is on a very different level to Your Majesty. You see, my dear Watson, it is not really difficult to construct a series of influences, each dependent upon its predecessor and each simple in itself. If after doing so one simply knocks out the central inferences and presents one's audience with the starting point and the conclusion, one may produce a startling, though possibly a meretricious effect. Every problem is absurdly simple when it is explained to you. Bum, 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 bum. And when did the first cloud cover the sun of this great happiness?
You have a way of putting things, Mr. Holmes.
And you have a way of prevaricating with your answers, Mr. Cubitt.
You weren't exactly sympathetic.
He doesn't come to me for sympathy. It is a considerable challenge. I shall work better for silence.
What on earth does that mean? Abbas Lane.
Watson, if this is E, flag denotes the end of words.
2 bullets fired, 2 wounds inflicted, as you said.
Yes, Doctor.
Then how do you account for the bullet that has so obviously struck the window frame?
By George, however did you see that?
Because, Dr. Carthew, I looked for it. We know that door was open. That window, too, must also have been open, but only for a short time.
Why only for a short time?
Because the candles have not guttered. There isn't a trail of wax. What a lovely thing. A roses. There is nothing in which deduction is so necessary as in religion. It can be built up as an exact science by the reasoner. Our highest assurance of the goodness of Providence seems to me to rest in the flowers. It is only goodness which gives extras. And so I say again, we have much to hope from the flowers.
Then go back to London and test your conclusions.
Your advice is very excellent, Miss Harrison. Or was it? I don't blame you for not knowing this. You are young and inexperienced. But if you wish to get on in your duties, you will work with me and not against me. Well, perhaps he's waiting for a better price, Watson. Or maybe he's had a sudden illness.
A brainstorm, for example?
I did not say so. There. It really was too bad of me to spring it on you like that. But Watson here will tell you that I never can resist a touch of the dramatic.
God bless you for saving my honor.
This is not a convenient moment.
However did you guess, Mr. Holmes?
Miss Smith, I never guess.
We're to be married at the end of the summer.
We wish you joy.
You really think she may be in some danger, Holmes?
Oh, yes.
Did I really do remarkably badly?
Yes.
Swine!
No, sir. A gentleman. Only a ruffian deals the blow with the back of the hand. A gentleman uses the straight left. And I said I'm a gentleman.
And the slogging ruffian?
Mr. Woodley was taken home in a cart.
I have been ordained.
And unfrocked.
Once a clergyman, always a clergyman.
I think not. Major Murphy, you have told me nothing. I have come down here after persuasion from my friend to Aldershot, who has more interest in military matters than I. Now that I am here, please, tell me the facts.
I have been the late Colonel's second in command for a number of years. I've come to know Nancy Berkeley well.
Of course.
You know, mild adultery has always been commonplace among officers and their wives serving in hot climates.
Thank you, Watson, for educating me in military morality. What apparition, what monster was it that could have frightened the Colonel so? How did you know?
You used this bill for our meal at Waterloo as a bookmarker, did you not?
Excellent, Watson.
Elementary, my dear Holmes. What?
Mrs. Hudson has been roused. She retorted on me and I on you.
But it's only 7:15. What is it, a fire?
No. A client.
You put me off, do you? You scoundrel, sir. I've heard of you before. You're Holmes the meddler, Holmes the busybody, Holmes the Scotland Yard Jack in office.
Your conversation really is most entertaining. If you would close the door on your way out, as there is a decided draft. Ah, Watson. It's a wicked world.
I believe, Mr. Holmes, that you've already made up your mind. For pity's sake, tell me the cause of my sister's death.
Be brave. If you do as I have told you, rest assured we shall soon drive away the dangers that threaten you. When a doctor goes wrong, he's the first of criminals. He has nerve. He has knowledge. Did you notice anything peculiar about the bed? It was clamped to the floor. Could not be moved. Had to remain in the same relative position to the ventilator and the rope, for so we may call it, since it was clearly never made for a bell pull.
I begin to see dimly what you're driving at.
I'm sorry to disturb you, Mr. Holmes.
Peterson. Put down your goose.
I hope you don't think I'm wasting your time, Mr. Holmes.
Not in the least.
I can see nothing.
On the contrary, Watson, you can see everything. But you fail to reason from what you see. You are too timid in drawing your inferences.
What will you do with the stone?
I shall keep it in my museum. But it laid an egg after it was dead. The bonniest, brightest little blue egg you have ever seen. Get out. What? Heavens bless you, sir. No more words. Get out.
I must confess, Holmes, to being a little surprised.
I am not retained by the police to supply their deficiencies. have erred, perhaps, in attempting to put colour and life into each of your statements, instead of confining yourself to placing upon record that severe reasoning from cause to effect, which is really the only notable feature about the thing. A very strange fad.
Well, Holmes?
I should allow no sister of mine to accept such a situation.
And which one do you favour, Holmes?
At the moment, I have no favorites. Data, data, data. I cannot make bricks without clay. You look at these scattered houses and you are impressed by their beauty. I look at them, and the only thought which comes to me is a feeling of their isolation and of the impunity with which crime may be committed there. An admirable account, Watson.
Oh, you don't think I've put too much colour and life into it?
Oh, my dear friend, I humbly defer such considerations to your excellent literary judgment.
Good.
My singular gift for observation and deduction may have come from my grandmother, who was a sister of Vernet, the French artist. Your art in the blood is liable to take the strangest forms. For example, my brother Mycroft.
Your brother? I didn't know you had a brother.
Oh, yes. I suppose you wish to meet him.
Well, of course I do.
Mycroft. Mycroft! What steps have you taken so far? Can you not find a magistrate to sign this warrant for us?
At this hour?
At this very minute. One wonders with how much remorse she abandoned her brother for Harold Latimer.
You still retain your low opinion of women.
In this instance, I fear I may be justified. I see you know who I am. Then may I be permitted to ask your fiancée the question again?
What'll become of her?
After questioning, nothing. It's not a crime to have a cold heart and not a single shred of compassion. From the point of view of the criminal expert, London has become a singularly uninteresting city. You mentioned your name just now as if I should recognize it, but I can assure you, beyond the obvious facts, that you are a bachelor, a solicitor, and a Freemason, and an asthmatic. I know nothing about you whatever. Inspector Lestrade.
What do you make of it?
That it was written on a train. The good writing represents stations, the bad writing movement, and the very bad writing
Passing over the point.
Oh, and I would like to see the housekeeper. What is her name? Mrs. Lexington?
She'll add nothing more to what you already know.
Nevertheless. Thank you, Mrs. Lexington. You have been most cooperative. You don't believe in supporting our less fortunate brethren.
I work, so can they.
Quite so.
You must permit yourself some food. You must eat.
At present, I cannot afford energy and nerve force for digestion.
You are aware that no two thumb marks are alike.
I have heard something of the kind. But there is a serious flaw in this new evidence.
What's that?
That thumbprint was not there when I examined the hall yesterday. Would you please join me in the call of fire? 1, 2, 3. Fire!
Fire!
We can do better than that. Full voice and together. Fire! You will find that your reputation has been enormously enhanced. Just make a few alterations to that report which you are writing. They will understand how hard it is to throw dust in the eyes of Inspector Lestrade.
You don't want your name to appear?
Not at all.
I'll see you hanged for this.
That privilege must surely be mine. Nevertheless, there is an element of truth in what you say.
Ah!
Let me have a detailed account of the circumstances which have disturbed you. Mr. Blessington, I cannot possibly advise you if you try to deceive me.
Deceive you? But I've told you everything.
I don't suppose you've read my monograph on cigars and cigar ash.
Well, I am.
No, of course not. Thank you. The actual facts are very simple. I shall be surprised if by the afternoon I cannot give you the reasons for them as well.
But Holmes, can't you tell us anything now?
Oh. There is no doubt as to the sequence of events. There were three of them in it. A young man, an old man, and a third, to whose identity I have no clue. However, wretch as he was still living under the shield of British law. And I have no doubt, Inspector, that we shall see that though that shield may fail to guard, the sword of justice is still there to avenge.
Holmes!
What's wrong?
Well, it's just that I was going to spend the day writing. Well, I thought I'd call it the Brook Street mystery. No?
Well, I myself would prefer the resident patient. But please do not let me influence you.
Oh, sorry, Holmes.
No. You couldn't have come at a better time.
Well, I was afraid you were engaged.
I am, very much so. Dr. Watson shares my love of all that is bizarre and outside the routine of everyday existence. Now, I begin to think that my reputation, such as it is, will suffer shipwreck if I'm so candid. Omne ignotum pro magnifico.
I don't see there's anything very funny about it. If all you can do is laugh at me, well, I can go elsewhere.
No, Mr. Wilson, please sit down. I wouldn't miss this case for the world.
What are you going to do?
To smoke. It is quite a three-pipe problem, and I beg that you won't speak to me for 50 minutes.
Oh, and I find myself extremely inconvenienced.
I think that you will find the game tonight much more exciting, and the stake will be for many, many thousands of pounds.
I advise you to cooperate with Mr. Holmes.
Especially as at this moment I am trying to save your skin and that of your fellow directors.
Yet his name echoes and re-echoes throughout the underworld.
It appears that he is a man of good birth and excellent education. But he has hereditary tendencies of the most diabolical kind. A criminal strain runs in his blood, which is increased and rendered infinitely more dangerous by his extraordinary mental powers. Oh, one question, Mr. Clay. Am I right in thinking that Professor Moriarty was somewhere behind the idea of the Red-Headed League?
It won't do, you know.
And that they would make the attempt on the Saturday was just a guess.
Wilson, you disappoint me. I never guess. L'homme c'est rien. L'œuvre c'est tout. As Gustave Flaubert wrote to George Sand.
What is it?
Air guns. A rather special air gun, in fact. That I have been using in myself rather too freely. I have been somewhat pressed of late. Because now I begin to understand the delicacy of the matter.
All that I have to say has already crossed your mind.
And possibly my answer has already crossed yours.
You stand fast.
Absolutely.
But I say unaffectedly that it would be a grief to me to be forced to take an extreme measure. Oh, you smile, sir. But it really would, I do assure you.
Danger is part of my trade.
This is not danger. It is inevitable destruction. Let's arrest him as soon as he arrives.
Oh, that would ruin everything. We should catch the big fish, but the smaller would dart right and left out of the net. No, no, no.